Hi, how are you? It's Traviseen here, and today we are starting a World of Warcraft Season of Discovery journey as a Paladin. I recently created a community poll on the channel, and I asked the community whether I should be playing a Paladin or a Shaman for the next playthrough. And 58% of you decided that I should be playing a Paladin. So that is what we are going to do. 42% may be a little bit upset that we're not playing a Shaman, but it is what it is. The community has decided. So let's get to it.
I hope you strap
Threat
your
within.
belt on tight, young adventurer, because there is work to do here in Northshire, and I don't mean farming. The Stormwind Guards are hard-pressed to keep the peace here, with so many of us in distant lands and so many threats pressing close. And so we're enlisting the aid of anyone willing to defend their home and their alliance. If you're here to answer the call, then speak with my superior, Marshal McBride. He's inside the abbey behind me. Ah, good. Another volunteer? We're getting a lot of you these days. I hope it's enough. The human lands are threatened from without, and so many of our forces have been marshaled abroad. This, in turn, leaves room for corrupt and lawless groups to thrive within our borders. It is a many-fronted battle we wage, adventurer. Gird yourself for a long campaign. Your first task is one of cleansing, adventurer. A clan of kobolds have infested the woods to the north. Go there and fight the kobold vermin you find. Reduce their numbers so that we may one day drive them from Northshire. Egan Peltskinner is looking for someone to hunt wolves for him. That's good news because we're seeing a lot more wolves in Northshire Valley lately. If you're interested, then speak with Egan. He's around the side of the abbey to the left. That's true. I'm looking for someone to hunt me some wolves. Are you that person? I hate those nasty timber wolves, but I sure like eating wolf steaks. Bring me tough wolf meat and I will exchange it for something you'll find useful. Tough wolf meat is gathered from hunting the timber wolves and young wolves wandering the Northshire countryside.
All right, there we go, guys. We got some quests. The add-on that I'm using to read those quests is called VoiceOver. It will be linked in the description below. And there we go, level 2. We have a few abilities here I'll tell you guys about. Attack, we don't really need that on our bars because you can attack by just right-clicking the mob. We have Seal of Righteousness. Fills a paladin with Holy Spirit for 30 seconds, granting each melee attack an additional 1 to 5 holy damage. Lower weapons cause more holy damage per swing. Only one seal can be active on the paladin at any time. So we got to make sure we keep that up. We also have Holy Light. Heals a friendly target for 39 to 48. So there we go. Those are our 2 abilities. We also have a buff called Discoverer's Delight. Experience gains increased by 100%. Gold earned from quests increased by 300%. So since we were playing Season of Discovery, which is a seasonal server for Classic Era, they increased the XP rate so people can get to Endgame quite a bit faster. And I think it's good because it allows people that, you know, say don't have too much time on their hands to be playing World of Warcraft, allows them to be able to, you know, catch up and experience everything that, you know, say somebody who plays 48 hours a day. So I think it's a good thing. Some people think it takes away from the classic vibe, but this is, you know, a Season of Discovery server, so you have to expect changes. This is also my first time playing a female character on the channel. I believe. Yeah, I think it is. So, yeah, I thought it was a good choice. I think the female aesthetic looks better than the male aesthetic for human. I also believe that is the case for troll as well. I think female troll looks better than male troll. And I probably would have played a female troll if shaman was the choice for the community poll. So there we go, already level 3, guys. I wouldn't be surprised if we're level, maybe close to level 10 by the end of this episode. We are leveling up quite fast. I do wish, though, that, you know, in Season of Discovery, maybe this is too much of a change, but they gave us more character models. You know, it'd be cool if you could be a skinny male human or a fat male human. Vice versa for, you know, the female. Or like a really buff and athletic version of the male or female. I think that would be awesome. But I guess we'll just have to wait for that. I wonder if they do that in retail. I'm not too sure. All right, so here we go. We have to get these kobold vermin. Having no trouble dealing with these mobs. It's usually like that. We are, you know, in the starting zone. It's almost like a little tutorial on how to play World of Warcraft. And it's not too busy here. We are on layer 3. If you guys don't know what that is, the server we're on is called Living Flame. And it's a high populated server, so what they do to deal with the population issues is they layer the server into multiple layers, and they pretty much spread out the population. So there probably is a decent amount of people here, but we do not see them because they are on separate layers, like layer 1, for instance. Not too sure if I'm a fan of that, but it is a good thing because if they didn't have that, there would be queue times to get onto the server, and no one's got time for that, right? I remember back in the day, during 2019 Classic, it would take over 2 hours to get on Faralina, which was one of the probably the more popular servers, or the most popular server for Classic WoW at the time. And they had that going on for close to a month before they got layers going. And I don't think many people complained about the layers when they came up. Because a lot of people couldn't even play the game. You know, they'd come off work and they wouldn't be able to play. Some people would use like a remote to log in earlier while they were like going home. I think there's like a cell phone app you could use where you could like log in or log in from another computer, like a work computer. People got a little bit creative to dodge the queue times. So how many more kobolds are we looking for here? They're vermin. They're leveling up pretty damn quick, guys. We're like almost level 4. Supposedly, this Discoverer's Delight experience increase is actually 25% more than current Wrath of the Lich King with heirloom items. So that's it's quite fast. I'm not too sure how long it'll take us to level to 40, but my guess is between 10 to 20 hours, maybe 20 hours. Yeah, probably 20 hours at least. 30 minutes a level. That's my guess. The later levels will probably take us an hour. Or just over 45 minutes, something like that. And I do plan on, you know, checking out all the dungeons. As many as we can. And I will be tanking those dungeons. And if you guys are leveling up characters on Living Flame US, feel free to message me in the comments and or add me in the game, and maybe, you know, we could set something up and do some dungeons together. I'm always willing to do dungeons with, you know, people on the channel, so feel free to ask. Looking for a healer and some DPS. All right, there's another kobold vermin here. That should be the final one. And our bags are full, so we should probably head off to the vendor and sell all the junk in our bags. I honestly think we don't even need the food and the water. Probably just sell that stuff. Recently got my priest on the server to level 40. And we're just starting to experience the end game. I haven't done the raid yet, but I should be getting into it soon. Let's go sell some stuff first, actually.
Greetings.
Probably have a couple of items we could have put on. These pants. This back.
Go with honor, friend.
Leather gloves. Got mail gloves. Nice. Leather chest. That should be it. Boots. Yeah, that's good right there.
Well met.
Just sell the rest. The apples. I don't know. We need the apples. Get rid of them. And the cheese. We can heal ourselves. Right, if you're a class that can heal itself, you don't really need food. Unless you're trying to conserve mana, but I don't think we'll have any problems with that.
Greetings.
For the beginning levels.
Well done, citizen. Those kobolds are thieves and cowards, but in large numbers they pose a threat to us. And the humans of Stormwind do not need another threat. For defeating them, you have my gratitude. Adventurer, my scouts tell me that the kobold infestation is larger than we had thought. A group of kobold workers has camped near the Echo Ridge mine
Crusader
to the north. Go to the mine and remove them. We know there are at least 10. Kill them, see if there are more. Then report back to me. I was asked to bring this to your attention as soon as you return from the
learn
kobold
these
camps,
abilities.
adventurer. It appears to be a letter sealed with the insignia of Brother Samuel, our local Paladin trainer. I wouldn't hesitate to read it before you go about any other business here in the Abbey.
Alright, so we have Blessing of Might. Let's put that there for now. Judgment. I'll make that R. What else we got here? I think that was it. So we got Devotion Aura. Gives 55 additional armor to party members within 30 yards. Players may only have one aura on them per paladin at any time. And then we got Blessing of Might, which is a blessing we put on ourselves. Places a blessing on the friendly target, increasing melee attack power by 20 for 5 minutes. Players may only have one blessing on them per paladin at any one time. Yeah, we'll put that here. Yeah. Okay. And was that it? Yeah, Judgment. Unleashes the energy of a seal spell upon an enemy. Refer to individual seals for judgment effect. So I assume if we have, seal of righteousness up, we can use judgment. Just does a little bit more damage.
May the light protect you this day.
All right, consecrated letter.
Bless you.
Can we read that?
Honor, friend.
I hope this letter finds you well, Paladin. I say that with great pride, because not many can profess such profound faith, but also know that They are among the most elite of Azeroth's protectors. Always remember, first and foremost, it is your duty to go to battle against those who seek to harm our world and bring corruption into our homes. I have been given authority over your training for the time being. When you are ready to seek me out inside Northshire Abbey, Brother Samuel, Paladin Trainer.
King's honor, friend.
All right, so let's
For the
turn this in.
Alliance.
Finally, we meet face to face, brother to sister. I welcome you to Northshire. This will be your home for a short time while you learn the ins and outs of how things are done. But know that Stormwind is not far off, and sooner or later your path will take you there. But until then, be patient, Knight of the Silver Hand.
In the meantime, you should know one or two other things. You are a symbol to many here in this land. Act accordingly. The holy light shines within you, and it will be obvious to both your allies and your enemies. Also, as you gain in wisdom and power, you will need to train to learn new abilities. That's where I come in. When you feel you've gained some experience here in Northshire, come back to me, and I will teach you what I feel you are ready to learn. Good luck, adventurer.
All right, so this is going to be our first quest that is specific to Season of Discovery and is going to teach us a new ability called Crusader Strike. It's called Relics of the Light. Relics of the Light can be found across Azeroth. These relics, in particular, the Librams, that have guided our order since its founding, can help you strengthen your connection to the light. One such Libram was held in the Abbey's archives, but it has been stolen by the Defias bandits to the east. Recover the Libram, then study it and follow its guidance. To learn a new combat technique, return to me when you have done this. Okay.
Light bless you.
Sounds good. As a priest, I needed to have blessings to learn specific, abilities. I wonder if there's something special that I need to have to do that as a paladin. We'll have to see. We got a little bit of loot now, guys.
You need something?
Hey, Traviseen, I'm getting hungry. Did you get that tough wolf meat?
You've been busy. I can't wait to cook up that wolf meat. I have some things here you might
I think we
want.
need
Take your pick.
bracers, so pick that.
See you later.
Put those on. And we could not play as a Horde Paladin, guys. I know in retail you could play as a Horde Paladin. And in future expansions like, the Burning Crusade. But since this is classic, and Season of Discovery hasn't made any changes yet to it, only Alliance can play
Recently,
Paladins.
a new group of thieves has been hanging around Northshire. They call themselves the Defias Brotherhood and have been seen across the river to the east. I don't know what they're up to, but I'm sure it's not good. Bring me the bandanas they wear, and I'll reward you with a weapon.
All right. And the same for Horde, right? Like, only Horde can play Shaman. I think people have asked the developers if they will make any changes to that, but it seems, I think they said no, it would take too much work or effort, so we probably won't see Paladins on the Horde side and Shamans on the Allied side for this season. Maybe in future seasons, who knows? We'll see. Alright, so let's deal with these workers. Got Seal of Righteousness, gotta keep that up. And when we use Seal of Righteousness, well, when we use Judgment, we lose the Seal of Righteousness. So it takes up quite a bit of mana. Probably run out of mana as we fight through these kobold workers. Thing is, I don't even think we really need to even use Judgment. We're having no trouble at all over here. Let up closer to the mine. Probably find more workers there. parried us. Yeah, I'm looking forward to tanking on this Paladin. We'll probably stay as a two-handed, I guess, red Paladin until we hit level 10 and we can start picking our talents. And then we'll switch into a tank spec. But we will, since we're tanks, we'll most likely focus on dungeons for quite a bit. Maybe we'll pick a certain zone to do quests in, though. I don't want it to just do dungeons, even though that is the popular way of leveling in Season of Discovery. It seemed to get the most XP doing that. On the Priest, I decided to level in Duskwood. We did all the quests there. That's probably my favorite leveling zone. One of my favorite leveling zones in the game. I don't know if we'll do that again on this Paladin. Maybe we'll do another zone like Redridge Mountain, or maybe we could just do Elwyn Forest, right? That's kind of it's an epic zone. We'll slay Hogger. All right, so let's go in here and we'll turn this quest in, and then we'll make our way over to the Defias Brotherhood. We're already level 5, guys. It feels like I'm playing retail right now. Fast for leveling up. I don't mind it, though. Supposedly they're going to be adding quite a few changes, guys.
No good can come
the
of
next
this.
patch.
Here, take this as payment, and when you're ready, speak to me again. I would like you to go back to the mines one more time. Your previous investigations are proof that the Echo Ridge mine needs purging. Return to the mine and help clear it of kobolds. Waste no time, adventurer. The longer the kobolds are left unmolested in the mine, the deeper a foothold they gain in Northshire.
And one of the changes that they plan on adding to Season Discovery, or they might do it. There was a poll recently, and they asked if players would be interested in Heroic Plus. The reason why they were asking that is because a lot of players, when they get to Endgame, some of them just raid log. And that means they log in, they do the Nomergon raid for an hour, try to get, the best loot that they can for this phase. And then after the raid, they log off. And then 3 more days they log in again. So they're trying to add some more endgame to Season of Discovery for those players. And one way to do that is through Heroic Plus, which is just a more challenging version of Dungeons that offers pretty much raid loot at the end. Or it gives you a token that you can bring to a vendor in exchange for, better loot. So we'll probably see that in the next phase, which will be phase 3, where we will be leveling up to level 50. And that's coming out April 18th. So, a month away, guys. This Paladin will probably be 40 by then. We're already level 5. So, I think for sure we'll be level 40 by then. Probably have a little bit of gear as well. I think it's a good addition to the game. I'm interested to see how they implement Heroic Plus into, dungeons like Wailing Caverns, Shadowfang Keep. Maybe even Black Fathom Deeps. That'd be kind of cool if they even, made Heroic Plus versions of the raids. Like Nomergon and Black Fathom Deeps. That'd be awesome. If you guys don't know, they turned some of the dungeons into raids. Black Fathom Deeps is now like an updated, there's an updated version where they turned it into a 10-man raid. They've done the same thing with Nomergon as well. It's one of the changes they did with Season of Discovery. I think it's been pretty cool. I've enjoyed it so far, and we'll probably do a few Black Fathom Deeps raids on the Paladin while we're leveling up. I've never tanked it before, so it's going to be interesting to try that out. We got a buff from a priest, guys. We got Power Word Fortitude. Increases stamina by 3, which means we got 30 more health. Let's heal up here. Probably use Judgment a little bit more. Not really running out of mana. Yeah, it would be cool if they did that with dungeons, because it would be fun to you know, do dead mines at level 40, and it's still, you know, quite, you know, a challenge. What they'll do is they'll probably have an event, like a quest giver every day, where you get badges if you do a quest, and like say slay the last boss in dead mines on Heroic Plus. So it'll promote people to actually, you know, go back and do those dungeons. And the gear that you get from Heroic Plus should be decent, you know? Maybe they'll add some like PvP gear, or I don't know, something like that. Maybe a mount, new recipes for professions, who knows? But there's a lot of things they can do with it, so I'm all for it. It's starting, the game's starting to turn into a lot like Wrath of the Lich King. I think they started Heroic Plus in Wrath of the Lich King. And Heroic Plus isn't too much of a challenge. What they usually do is they add like an affix, sort of like Mythic Plus in retail. But it's usually not that tough, guys, so if you're a new player, I wouldn't really worry about it. I'd just jump in and give it a try. It'll be more challenging than the regular version, but
What can I do?
it shouldn't be that bad.
Once again, you
Wasn't
have earned
that
my
bad in Wrath
respect
of the Lich
and the
King.
gratitude of the Stormwind army. There may yet be kobolds in the mine, but I will marshal others against them. We have further tasks for you. Adventurer, you are an adventurer with proven interest in the security of Northshire.
Some new boots.
You are now tasked with the protection of the surrounding Elwyn Forest. If you accept this duty, then I have prepared papers that must be delivered to Marshal Dugan in Goldshire. Goldshire lies along the southern road, past the border gate.
Nice, we got a belt. And there's a
For the
Marshal
Alliance.
McBride's documents. Port Kobolds. The activity of the Kobolds has increased in the vicinity of Northshire Valley. They came north of the Abbey and within the Echo Ridge mine in alarming numbers. I have marshaled the paladins, warriors, and other local folk to aid me in ridding us of the vermin. This progresses well, and I will update as needed. Report thieves. More alarming than the kobolds, a human gang of thieves has emerged in the valley. They wear red bandanas and they call themselves a brotherhood. This level of organization may lead to trouble, both here and in all of Elwyn Forest. We have identified one of their leaders, one Garrick Padfoot, and hope to bring him to justice soon. And there was a third page. Port Wolves. There has been an increase in reported animal attacks in Northshire. Egan believes the wolves in the valley were scared here from Duskwood. Although the wolves rarely hunt human prey, the sheer number of them has caused some incidents with farmers, and many livestock have gone missing. Commendation. The bearer of these documents is to be awarded deputy status with Stormwind Army, having served Northshire with eagerness and distinction. I am confident You will find this person useful in Elwood Forest. Signed, Marshall Douglas McBride, Starwood Army, Northshire. All right, nice. So we got ourselves our first burlap bandana, and we also got the Librum of Judgment, guys. Use. Learn a new ability after unleashing 10 seals onto your enemies. All right, did we learn it? Well, I used it. Okay. That's kind of cool. After we unleash 10 seals, we will learn a new ability. So that's one. That's kind of cool. Teaches you how to use a paladin. You know, if someone didn't play a paladin before, maybe they didn't know that they needed to actually, you know, use a seal to use the judgment ability. So that teaches you that. And we are building inspiration. Currently we're at 3. We do quite a bit of damage to these guys. Can't wait till we get Crusader Strike. It's an awesome ability. And supposedly, I think Paladin sort of feels like Wrath of the Lich King Paladin in Season of Discovery. And I really liked Wrath of the Lich King Paladin. It was awesome. I have a Paladin playthrough on the channel as a Blood Elf Paladin during the Burning Crusade. And it was fun too. But by the end of the playthrough, we were getting into the Wrath of the Lich King pre-patch. So I got to experience Wrath of the Lich King Paladin for a little bit. And it was a lot of fun. Great class. They did a great job with that class in Wrath of the Lich King. And it seems to be that way as well in Season of Discovery. I think Paladins are decent DPS. Not bad. And for this phase, and their tanking's great. Paladins are pretty damn good tanks in Season of Discovery. Can't go wrong with a Paladin tank. And the healing, probably pretty good too. They're always considered to be good tank healers. So we must have learned the new ability by now. Let's go check. Alright, so let's learn the Relic Judgment. There we go. That's cool. Alright, so that's interesting. So what it does is you get a relic that goes into your relic slot, and then you just do whatever the relic tells you to do, and then you learn the ability. And we put this on our hands. Crusader Strike, an instant strike that causes 75% weapon damage, is holy and regenerates 5% of your maximum mana. So we're not going to have any trouble at all getting our mana up there. So I guess we'll put that as 2. We have a few more to go here. Let's try Crusader Strike out. Looks kind of cool. Does a decent amount of damage. It's a great combo with Judgment, because Judgment uses quite a bit of mana, and then we use Crusader Strike, and it, you know, brings it back a little bit. And Shaman is another class that's doing really well. Both their DPS specs, Enhanced and Elemental, are doing great. And the tanking is good as well. The healing's a little bit poor, though. I think they're probably maybe the worst healers in the game. But everything else, they're great. So I was looking forward to playing both. Maybe we'll play Shaman next. Who knows? Maybe I'll do another poll. We'll just have to see. But probably the new phase will be out, so I probably will want to check that out on one of our level 40 characters. Have you gathered those bandanas for me yet?
Back with some bandanas, I see. The Stormwind Army appreciates your help.
Is there a two-handed there? Two-handed mace? Yeah, I'll take that.
Safe travels.
Let's put that on. Millie
You've
Osworth.
shown yourself a dependable adventurer. Dependable, and not afraid to get your hands dirty, eh? I have a friend, Millie Osworth, who's in some trouble. She's over with her wagon on the other side of the abbey near the stable. I'm sure she could use a pair of hands like yours. Garrick Padfoot, a cutthroat who's plagued our farmers and merchants for weeks, was seen at a shack near the vineyards, which lies east of the abbey and across the bridge. Bring me the villain's head and earn his bounty. But be wary, adventurer. Garrick has gathered a gang of thugs around him. He will not be an easy man to reach.
Oh, Deputy Willem told you to speak with me? He's a brave man and always willing to help, but his duties keep him stuck at Northshire Abbey, and I'm afraid the problem I have today is beyond him. Perhaps you can help me? A gang of brigands, the Defias, moved into the Northshire vineyards while I was harvesting. I reported it to the Northshire
They
guards,
fixed that.
and they assured me they'd take care of things. But I'm afraid for my crop of grapes. If the Defias don't steal them, then I fear our guards will trample them when they chase away the thugs. Please, you must help me. I gathered most of my grapes into buckets, but I left them in the vineyards to the southeast. Bring me those crates. Save my harvest.
All right. Well done, Traviseen. Applying the rune you have learned to your equipment will grant you powerful new abilities. Seek out more of these relics along your travels.
Light bless you. May the light
All right, so let's see if we
protect
learned
you
any new abilities. Holy Light rank 2, Divine Protection rank 1, and Seal of the Crusader. It's a pretty awesome seal.
Be careful.
I wonder if we could still use Judgment with that. Probably. There's Divine Protection. You're protected from all physical attacks and spells for 6 seconds. But during that time, you cannot attack or use abilities yourself. Once protected, the target cannot be made invulnerable to Divine Shield, Divine Protection, or Blessing of Protection again for 1 minute. All right, so we'll put that here. Just give it a try. Boom. It's pretty much a bubble for 5 seconds. Can't take any damage. Holy Light rank 2. We'll just swap that to rank 1. What else we got? Seal of the Crusader. Fills the Paladin with the spirit of a Crusader for 30 seconds, granting 31 melee attack power. Paladin also attacks 40% faster, but deals less damage with each attack. Only one seal can be active on the Paladin at any one time. Unleashing the seal's energy will judge an enemy for 10 seconds, increasing holy damage taken by up to 20. Your melee strikes will refresh the spell's duration. Only one judgment per Paladin can be active at any one time. So we'll give this a try. Seems pretty good. Do a lot of damage. The attack speed plus, the 31 melee attack power is quite a bit. I think it's, I don't know, it's stronger than this one, but you do take a little bit more damage. Stronger than Seal of Righteousness, I think. Okay, so let's go get this Garrick Padfoot guy. Gotta remember to keep buffing ourselves up with Blessing and Light. Falls off pretty damn quick. 5 minutes goes by. Fast when you're playing WoW. we are taking... Look at that damage, though. We use Judgment there. Got completely wrecked. There we go. We got Garrick's head. Now let's go get some of these bucket. Is it some apples? Look at that damage. Seal of Crusader, man. That came out of Wrath of the Lich King, I think, for sure. Or was that TBC? I think it was TBC that came out. And I think only Blood Elves could get it? I don't know if that's true. I remember Blood Elves being like an OP version of Paladin back in TBC. I think they were the only ones who got the Seal of Crusader. It was they had an OP seal, that's all I know. Maybe it was called Seal of Blood, I don't know. But Blood Elves were considered pretty damn strong. I think they balanced that, though, during the TBC in like 2021. Or I think it came out in 2021. They made sure humans, and, the Alliance got the same seal. This guy, level 40, hanging out and griefing me. Wearing that fishbowl on his head. Wonder what he's doing here. He's just hanging out. Let's make sure we loot these. Oh, he's got a priest with him. Maybe that's his alt. Who knows? Maybe that's how he's like leveling up his character. I don't. People do have, multiple accounts. Maybe it's just a guildy level. Oh man, maybe they don't want me to get this. Let's open this up. Damn, we're strong. If we were playing regular classic, we would not be doing anywhere close to this much damage. Probably just be using, Judgment and Seal of Righteousness. And then obviously, melee attacking. Yeah, I'm going to enjoy this. Paladin's awesome, man. It'll be hard to play Ret, though. If I want to get into dungeons, maybe you can get into dungeons as Ret. I've noticed most people want mages in their dungeon groups. I think mages are considered the best DPS class for this phase. They did recently nerf one of their OP abilities called Living Flame. I think they made it, I think it lasts a little bit, not as long. It takes a little bit longer to travel to the target. Mages are due for a nerf. Hunters last phase, like they were the best top DPS class, they got nerfed, like, I don't know, close to 10 times.
Ha! You caught him! You've done Elwyn a great service and earned a nice bounty.
Take a leather chest.
Safe travels.
Sounded a little bit different there. And what I was talking about earlier, the AI for the chat, the quest givers use, they used to call Defias. From what I remembered. So it looks like they've been updating the add-on. I think I mentioned this, but it's called VoiceOver. I like using it. I think it's pretty good. AI voices can use a little bit of work, though. Some of them do sound a little bit robotic. But over time, I think that'll be fixed. Do you have my harvest, Traviseen?
Oh, thank you, adventurer. You saved my harvest. And I hope you showed a few of those Defias that they can't cause trouble around here. We might be short on guards these days, but we're lucky to have heroes like you to protect us. Now that my crop is saved, take this grape manifest to Brother Niels. He manages the store of food and drink in Northshire, and I'm sure he'll be delighted to hear that he has fresh grapes. You'll find Brother Niels in the Abbey, in the bell tower, where he likes to taste his wine.
All right, so up to the bell tower we go.
Good day to you.
Grape manifest. You look to be in fine spirits. Come, have a seat and have a drink.
Let's see here. Oh my, Millie's grapes have been saved.
Yes.
When she told me that
Got a
brigands
bell.
overran her vineyards, I nearly despaired. But my faith in the light did not waver. And through your bravery, we now have grapes for more wine. May the light bless you, adventurer, and keep you safe.
May the light bless. I'll just jump down. Okay, so here we go. It is time to leave Northshire Valley. And we will be heading over to Goldshire, guys. And we will begin our journey in Elwyn Forest. That was pretty quick. Got through Northshire in close to an hour.
Every adventurer should rest when exhaustion sets in. And there is no finer place to get rest and relaxation than at the Lion's Pride Inn. My best friend, Innkeeper Farley, runs the Lion's Pride. If you tell him I sent you, he may give you the special discounted rates on food and drink. To find the Lion's Pride Inn, travel south along the road from here. You can't miss it.
I do enjoy Elwyn Forest more than the Horde side Duratar starting zone for leveling. I know there's other ones, right? There's Tirisfal Glades for the undead, and also Mulgore, the Torrents. Mulgore's pretty... I think Mulgore's probably the best on Horde side. Teldrassil for Night Elf, not bad, pretty good. I don't think it's better than Elwyn Forest. And then the dwarves, gnomes have can't really forget the name. Starts with a D. Dunmoreau. Dunmoreau's pretty cool, but I still think that
Welcome to
Elwyn
my
Forest is
inn,
better
weird
than
traveler.
than
What can I
Dunmoreau.
do for you? Rest and relaxation for the tired and cold. That's our motto. Please, take a seat by the fire
Take
and
the
rest
water.
your weary bones. Would you like to try a sampling of some of our fine food and drink?
We'll make this in our
See you
home.
around.
Probably sell the junk we got too.
Welcome to my inn, weary traveler. What can I do for you?
Sell the food. And there we go. We almost have our first silver. There we go. 1 silver, 3 copper.
See you later.
There's another quest for us to turn in. Just outside You also have the Dark Moon Fair here, guys. We'll check that out next episode. Kind of lucky
Choose
that
honor, friend.
that's here.
Go with honor, friend, for the Alliance. What can I do for you?
Gives a pretty good buff.
Go with
10%
honor,
damage
friend.
buff. Usually comes around, I think, once a month, maybe? You have word from McBride. Northshire is a garden compared to Elwyn Forest, but I wonder what Marshal McBride has to report. Here, let me have his papers.
Well, it says here that you've been awarded acting deputy status with the Stormwind Marshals. Congratulations. And good luck. Keeping Elwyn safe is no picnic. What with most the army busy doing who
Oh,
knows
the
what,
pikeman sheet.
for who knows which noble. It's hard to keep track of politics in these dark days. The mine in Northshire isn't the only one with problems. I have reports that the Fargo Deep mine in Elwyn has also become a haven for kobolds. Explore the mine and confirm these reports, then return to me. The mine is almost due south of Goldshire, between the Stonefield and McClure homesteads.
All right, so we're going to learn our first profession, guys. Apprentice First Aid. There we go.
Safe travels.
Just up here. Once we get some linen bandages, we can, start leveling it up. Probably get cooking as well and see how far we can get that up. And I'm not too sure what other professions we will use. Maybe we'll go mining engineering. I don't really know what class will be my main on this server. Right now we have the priest. I don't know if I want a main as a priest. Maybe it'll be the paladin. If it's the paladin, then we'll probably go engineering. But yeah, guys, that's the end of our first episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Next episode, we will begin our journey in Elwyn Forest. But, as always, thanks for watching. Keep your heads up. Later.